Ayo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV. Today it is Tuesday, January the 23rd, 2018, and we have got some breaking news as the WWE has just released Enzo Amore in light of allegations of a sexual assault stemming back from October, and we are here to talk about it right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So, let's do this. This is some serious business.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, this is the date and location in question. Welcome back to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is Blue the Snowball Microphone, the World Heavyweight Champion of microphones. And this story has hit with the friggin' fury of 1,000 wins right now, because the whole entire wrestling world is abuzz, and many of us are very angry, as we should be. As this sort of a story and this sort of attention is not the kind of things that we want drawn to what we love, which is professional wrestling. There is this movement going on right now, this Me Too movement, where people who have been victims of a sexual assault have been coming forward. They are not being afraid of stepping out anymore and speaking out, and that's fantastic, because people like this, people like Enzo Amore, exist, and they exist around us in plain sight, and we have no idea whether or not these people are capable of such terrible, terrible things. Do you have any reason not to believe this lady? Absolutely not. Look at the character in question. Look at the person in question. An arrogant person, somebody who can easily be seen as a creep. He's a short person, he's a smaller guy, which tend to be the case. Most of the times these small guys feel inadequate. Maybe he's got a little thing, what the hell do we know what his reasons are for being such a douchebag? Enzo Amore has been notorious for his douchebag-like antics. He's been thrown off of tour buses. He's been, just a real sore spot in the WWE throughout the entirety of the year. And we like to joke around. We call him Enzo Amore on this show, the killer of the Cruiserweight division. Ever since he's been separated from Cass, nobody's wanted anything to do with Enzo because he's just garbage. And he's proven that more today. And maybe you're saying, hey, Nick, you're jumping the gun. We don't know. This might not be true. This lady might be lying. That might be the case. But when I tell you what I have read, if you have not read it yet, and I bring to light what has transpired, you're going to be on my side too. If it turns out that this investigation leads to him being cleared of his innocence, then I will apologize and do whatever it is I have to do. But as of right now, I could care less about his feelings or his fans or anybody that wants to stand beside a person who is being accused of doing these type of things. WWE has zero tolerance. So do I. And so should all of you. There is no reason for any person to hurt any other one, no matter what their race or sex or anything. The issue in question is a very hot topic right now, and the attention on it is huge. It's being seen all over Hollywood, all through sports, all through the world. Big corporations, people are stepping out all over the place, trying to get justice. Can you turn around and honestly tell me this girl's maybe looking for some cash? How much cash does Enzo Amore have? He's the Cruiserweight champion. He's not the World Heavyweight champion. He hasn't been the champion. He's not a John Cena level income that you would want to maybe, if you were that type of a devious female and you wanted to maybe get a quick cash grab by accusing somebody falsely and ruining their life, that's the type of person we're going to see. Not an Enzo Amore. So the fact that he is the target in question, given his character of what we know about him, I have absolutely no reason to not believe this woman. And I truly believe that everything will be found out. You know, I've been talking, it's weird that just the other day I brought up Law & Order on the show, right? We were talking about it because I was sick over the weekend, I was binge watching the show, and I was all full of rapey situations in my head and terrible things, and how the Department of Law & Order SVU gets the job done and they always get their guy. This is what's going to now happen in real life to Enzo Amore. And I almost don't even know how much more or what more to say about this situation. My emotions about this thing is all over the place. Maybe I'm a little high-strung because I've been watching so much of that type of drama TV that features these type of situations. And I am firmly on the side of the female right now. Firmly. If you can look me in the eye and tell me you have a reason to believe that this didn't go down and that this woman is lying, then you're a bold-faced liar. Let's get to the facts of the case, because I'm being judgmental, and I know that. And I apologize to you because my emotions are kind of taking over in the situation because I cannot stand anything like this. I'm trying hard not to really say the words and describe the situation too much. It's bad enough I'm going to have to read you this report, and I'm warning you right now, there are some graphic words and there are some things that maybe some younger viewers might not be old enough to hear or old enough to understand. So here's your forewarning right now. Parents, if you're watching with your kids, maybe this is an episode of the show you don't want to watch. First of all, if you're watching me with your kids, you're a bad parent. You know, I'm a foul-mouthed, real deal kind of guy. I'm not for kids. I'm not. I've never proclaimed to be. Even if I bring toys and puppets and whatever, I'm here to entertain adults. And we are in a very adult situation right now. And the language and the description is not for the faint of heart. They're not for the squeamish. They're not for the prude. So if you don't like to hear these type of things, or if this type of stuff makes you upset, fast forward about 3 minutes so you don't have to hear the details once we get into the woman's actual statement. Let's get into the story, like I said, before my head fucking blows up just from doing all this this thinking on the situation. It's just driving me absolutely crazy. WWE just announced that Enzo Amore has been released from the company following allegations of sexual assault. The WWE Cruiserweight Champion is being investigated by police in Arizona for allegedly raping a woman last year inside of a hotel room. The woman, who does not want to be identified, came forward with her story on Twitter today and shared, which was yesterday, and shared graphic details of the alleged assault that she says took place in October. Once again, here is your final warning. Graphic details coming up, so take it however you will or fast forward. She wrote, "Okay," and I quote, "Okay, it's been long enough and I have been so scared to share this. I was raped in mid-October by WWE Enzo Amore, also known as Eric Arden, and Tyler Grosso, and Too Poor." The fuck kind of a name is that? Too Poor. Who is this person? "And they let it happen as accomplices. I was in a mental hospital for 45 days after the incident. They are not good people." The woman then shares further details, which I will share with you right now. The original question Too Poor asked me was if I would suck Enzo's dick. I don't know why I lowered my voice just now. Like I'm trying to tell secrets. It feels dirty to read this to you, I guess. It feels not dirty in a sexy way, dirty in a dirty garbage way. Like I don't want to be talking about this type of shit on my wrestling show. This is what angers me even more. But let's just get through this together as best we could. Not that I'm a prude. I don't care like that way. It's just, this is uncomfortable to even be bringing to you. So I can't imagine what she's going through bringing it to the world. Tupor asked me if I would suck Enzo's, I said possibly. If I wasn't down, she said we could all just hang out. Then they got me way fucked up, and they left knowing what was about to happen. I guess that's this grosso jerk-off and Tupor. When Enzo, the WWE guy, started coming on to me, I was passed out on the couch. I said, I want to get to know you first before doing anything. He replied, bitch, I have 1 million followers on Instagram. You should be begging for this dick. This fucking guy. Can you not see that coming out of his mouth? You gonna tell me she's lying? She made that up? If she made that up, she's a better writer than the WWE creative staff. He said it. This happened. I'm telling you. You should be begging for this dick. Are you kidding me? You piece of trash. Let's finish this off. And then he restrained me, and it happened. I never would be this dramatic about something like this, but I want you all to know that I would have left if I could. I was in psychosis. I had no idea what was going on. I remember bits and pieces, and I have constant flashbacks. My mental issues have been worse than ever. I suffer from major PTSD from it. Obviously, this is a very common thing that happens after this situation. If you don't believe me, go watch Law & Order for yourself. Go watch it for yourself, if you've never seen it. I mean, the odds of you guys not watching that show, at least if you're a citizen of the United States, is astronomically low. So I know you know what I'm talking about, and you know that is a factual statement. The company, WWE, has issued a statement. Initially, they just suspended this guy, right? But today, it has been announced. WWE has come to terms on the release of Eric Arndt, or Arden, or whatever his name is, Enzo Amore. It's also worth noting that the WWE statement did not include the usual line about wishing them well in future endeavors. That's like a standard thing. I didn't even realize that they can edit that anymore. It's been such just a very blatant and repetitive way for the WWE to say, hey, go screw yourself, get out of here. All right? And in the public eye think, oh, well, they wish them well. They don't give a shit. And especially in this case, they don't give a shit. Sources tell us the alleged incident took place on October 19th in the early morning. According to Enzo's Instagram account, he was in Phoenix on October the 18th and returned to Los Angeles the next night. Phoenix police told us the bulk of the investigation is complete and they are just waiting on test results. Call Detective Benson, because the results are going to be in, and he is going down. Certified gone. Certified garbage. I wish right now that I could take my Certified G shirt, which I bought for the tag team of Enzo and Cass that I was a big fan of, and burn it live on camera. That's what I want to do. Maybe, in fact, we'll make that a thing. If I hit 500 subscribers, I will take my camera and my setup outside, hopefully on a beautiful day, and we will set that bitch ablaze and get it out of here. I regret even buying it now. But you can't be like that. You can never know what the future is going to hold. You cannot know that this asshole was going to do something so fucking stupid. So stupid. You know what this goes to show you? This goes to show you that he ain't as big and bad as he says he is. He's just a giant bag of trash. A big fucking windbag. All talk, no action. And the action he does take is the only action he will take because he knows he's going to win. You get a girl drunk, you take advantage of her, you do some shit she already told you she didn't want to do. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit and you deserve every single thing that is coming your way, pal. Everything. His life is over and rightfully so. Even if it comes to light that he's innocent, which I severely doubt. Just being accused or having a situation like this placed upon you is a black mark on your life forever. And we won't ever see him again. And I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about it at all. Let's take a minute to look at what this means for the world of pro wrestling. Now that the facts are out, you guys can make a judgment on yourself. You know, you can think whatever you want about it. You obviously know what I think about it. It's obviously something that is very, very upsetting to me. And you might think I'm rushing to judge, and I should let the law take its course and see, and you know, I'm making him guilty before he's had a chance to prove his innocence. There's no chance. That's what he's got. You heard the song last night on that Raw 25 show that almost put me to sleep before the end of the night. But what does this mean for the world of pro wrestling? This means, as of right now, we have no Cruiserweight champion. Which is actually great. It's actually great. It was doing nothing around his waist, and it gives the WWE an opportunity to do something special and maybe relaunch the brand in a way right now that can get it some mainstream attention, get it some more viewers, do something. You know, do another Cruiserweight Classic with the championship on the line. Do it right this time. That's one positive that we can take out of the results just in a wrestling capacity, because otherwise there was no positives. You know, I'm being really hard, but you know, he fucked up big time. His life is ruined, but he deserves it because he fucked up. This girl's life is ruined, so there is no real positive in the situation. But we're talking about what is going to come, the future of wrestling right now. We've shifted gears. We're going to try to think of the positive things that can happen now that Enzo Amore is gone. Right off the bat, the Cruiserweight division is immediately better. And the Mixed Match Challenge is immediately better because he will obviously no longer be teamed with Nia Jax. Listen, I've been talking all year long about the wrestling gods. If this is not a case of the wrestling gods speaking out again, look at the injuries, look at the angles that have had to be scrapped and rewritten due to mysterious illnesses, you know, weird injuries that shouldn't be happening, and now incidents outside of the WWE, having an effect and taking a toll directly on the creative story, or lack of creative storytelling that is going on WWE TV right now. They have to shift their whole entire company around due to this one incident. They had plans in play for Nia Jax. I don't know how that was going to work out. Are you upset? I'm not. It was making me sick to my stomach to see her falling for this tiny little jerk off. And I didn't want to see that. I don't think any of us wanted to see that. We were sick and tired of Enzo as the Cruiserweight champion. He shouldn't even have been there in the first place. You had guys like Austin Aries and Neville around, and this is the piece of trash that you wanted to be the face of this division. And now you got egg all over your face. If he was just one of the Cruiserweights, this would be a much more non-story in the wrestling world. But he's a champion in the company. It makes it even worse publicity-wise. You've got to be out of your mind to put him there. Not that they knew this was going to happen, but like I said, this guy had a reputation of sorts already for being crass and for rubbing people the wrong way. I didn't mean that way, but hey, if the shoe fits, bro, if the Jordans fit, put them on, see in prison, take it in the ass while your Bubba takes those shoes right off your feet. That's what's going to happen to Enzo Amore. So the Mixed Match Challenge is Nia Jax will have a new partner. I don't know who it's going to be. Hopefully we will get some sort of announcement on that before tonight's show. They are not the next matchup in the tournament, so they have time to make a move. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But two big pluses, if you're a wrestling fan, as far as wrestling goes. I have to throw that out there because you have to look at the big picture. And when we focus on our wrestling, which is what we want to do, and we just take this whole situation away from it and just look at what's going to go down in the world of wrestling, this is a positive thing. This is a positive thing, them not having Enzo Amore on that roster anymore. It also frees up Big Cass for when he comes back to have absolutely nothing to do with him. They won't go back to being a tag team, obviously. He won't have to be in a rivalry. He won't have to get revenge. They won't have to do anything at all anymore. He will just be Big Cass. They might even change his name altogether, just to remove the association and the remembrance of that tag team. And I wouldn't blame them for making that move either. Clear that stain off that kid as far as you can. Scrub him off with some bleach. Get that trash off of him. He's going to have to live with that. These guys were real friends, in real life. They've had a falling out as of late, in reality. And, maybe this is why. Maybe Enzo was going on a path that Cass did not agree with. Maybe he's seen his temperament change. Maybe he used to be a nice guy, He used to date Liv Morgan. She broke up with him for some reason. She's been the better for that. Not in the ring, but her personal life, I'm sure, is much better not having him in it. It's a terrible story to have to bring to you guys, and I hate having to report on news like this. You know it. But we have to tell you, or else what's the point of having a wrestling news channel if I don't bring you the news, no matter how horrendous it may be. Possible good things in store for the Cruiserweight division as a result of Enzo's removal. We will have to wait and see what happens. Thank you for joining me for this little extra special tidbit of news. We don't usually come to you guys in between Monday Night Raw and SmackDown unless something like this develops, and unfortunately that is the case. I wish this woman well and hope that she's able to get herself back together and receives the justice that she truly deserves for a terrible night in her life that she will never be the same for. So that's all we can do is send her our hope and support and our prayers. And if she turns out to be a liar and this all makes me look like shit on my own, a few months from now, so be it. I'm taking a stand. And it's not because I dislike the guy. It's because of what he did. And if it is in fact true, he's got to pay. He's got to pay big time. So that's going to do it, you guys. Thank you so much for checking this out. Don't forget, if you want some more positive and some more enlightening news and tremendously more entertaining news, you can go check out my review of Monday Night Raw's 25th anniversary, which started off great, but then turned into the usual Monday Night Raw bullshit that we're used to. Not my review. My review from start to finish was fantastic. I'm talking about Monday Night Raw in and of itself. We also have lots of news stories that went out over the weekend. We talked about EC3 possibly debuting in the Royal Rumble. I put up my top 5 favorite Monday Night Raw moments of all time, which many of you probably won't agree with. Go check that out. Let me know what you think in there. All kinds of stuff all week long, and we got more coming at you, and I promise you, it will not be as depressing as sexual assault allegations. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now if you are not already a member of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show and the family that we are growing here by the minute at this point. We are growing so fast, and I want to thank every single one of you guys that have subscribed this week. It has made me feel absolutely fantastic. I am almost 100% better, and I can't wait for this weekend's NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. We are going to have previews for that and the Royal Rumble coming at you Friday. We got all kinds of stuff in the works, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Smash that thumbs up. Even though this episode sucked to do and feels like a thumbs down inside, a thumbs up from you will make it all worthwhile. And then you can share this video with all of your wrestling buddies so that we can grow this community and take over YouTube one sledgehead at a time. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone, the world heavyweight champion of microphones. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV. We will see you later on tonight for SmackDown Live. Have a good one. I just had to do that again. Good night.